Good morning, everybody. It's a particularly cold Monday morning. It's cold here in school. It's missing all of you guys, and I'm here in the phonics room ready to read the next part of our story. Remember last week we finished where the monkeys and the roly-poly bird had really messed up Mr. Twit's bird pie, and he was furious. He needed his regular weekly bird pie and he wasn't able to get it. So, Mr. Twit and Mrs. Twit have a plan. Let's play out that plan and see what it is. Here we go. The next morning, when Mr. Twit came out with his huge basket, not a single bird was sitting on either the monkey cage or the big dead tree. They were all perched happily on the roof of Mr. Twit's house instead. He was furious. The roly-poly bird was up there as well, and the monkeys were in the cage, and the whole lot of them were hooting with laughter and pointing down at Mr. Twit as they foiled his plan. Ha 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 ha! No bird pie for you, no bird pie for you, no bird pie for you, no bird pie for you. Ha! He was furious with rage. You could see it behind that beard. I'll wipe that silly laugh off your beaks, Mr. Twit screamed at the birds. I'll get you all next time, you filthy feathery frumps. I'll wring your necks, the whole lot of you, and have you bubbling in the pot for bird pie before this day is out. He was really angry, guys. How are you going to do that then? Asked Mrs. Twit, who had come out to see what all the shouting and laughing and noise was about. I'm not going to have you smearing sticky glue all over the roof of our house. Mr. Twit was very excited. I've got a great idea, Val, he cried. He didn't bother to keep his voice down because he didn't think that the monkeys could understand. We're both going to go into town right away, and we'll buy some custard pies. How's that? Brilliant, cried Mrs. Twit, grinning and showing her long yellow teeth. We'll buy custard pies and we'll spray custard everywhere, and that'll move them. Exactly, said Mr. Twit. Lock up the house while I go and make sure those monkeys are safely shut away. Mr. Twit went over to the monkey cage. Attention, he barked in a really fearsome monkey trainer's kind of voice. Upside down, all of you right now, and jump to it. One on top of the other. Quick, get on with it or you'll feel Mrs. Twit's stick across your backsides. Obediently, the poor monkeys stood on their hands and clambered one on top of the other, with Muggle Wump at the very bottom and the smallest child at the very top. Now stay there till we come back from the shops, Mr. Twit ordered. Don't you dare move, and don't overbalance either. When we return in 2 or 3 hours' time, I want to find you exactly where you are now. You understand? And with that, Mr. Twit marched away. Mrs. Twit went with him, and the monkeys were left alone with the birds. As soon as Mr. and Mrs. Twit had disappeared down the road, the monkeys all flipped back onto their feet the right way up. Quick, get the key, said Muggle Wump, calling out to the roly-poly bird, who was still sitting on the roof of the house. What key would that be, my dear friend? Said the roly-poly bird. The key to the door of our cage. It's hanging on the nail in the work shed. That's where Mr. Twit always puts it. So the roly-poly bird flew down and came back with the key inside its beak. He Here I go with a roly-poly bird impression. Don't forget he's very posh. And he's flying around and he's strutting his feathers. And as he does, he collects the key from where he was told it would be, puts the key in his mouth, and then carries it across to Mugglewump in the cage and passes it to Mugglewump. There you are, my good friend. And Mugglewump picked up the key. He put his hands through the bars of the cage and he tried to put it in the lock and turn it. The door opened and all 4 monkeys were able to leap out of the cage together. "We are free!" cried the 2 little monkeys. "Oh, Dad, we're free from the cage. Where shall we go? Where shall we hide?" "Look, guys, don't get excited," said Mugglewump. "Calm down, everybody. Before we escape from this beastly place, we have a very important thing to do." "What, Dad?" they all asked him. "We're going to turn those terrible Twits upside down, just like they do to us." "We're going to do what?" "You must be joking, Dad. It'll never happen." "I'm not joking," Mugglewump said. "We're going to turn Mr. and Mrs. Twit upside down with their legs high in the air, just like they've been doing with us for years." "Don't be ridiculous, my man," said the roly-poly bird who'd been listening. "How can we possibly turn those 2 maggoty old monsters upside down?" We can do it. We're going to make them stand on their heads for hours and hours, maybe even forever. Let them see what it feels like for a change." "And how are we going to do that, old man? Just tell me, how are we going to do it?" replied the roly-poly bird with confidence. Mugglewump laid his head on one side, and a tiny twinkling little smile touched the corners of his mouth as he was thinking. "Now and again," he said, "but not very often, I have a brilliant idea, and this is one of them. Follow me, friends, follow me." And he scampered off towards the house, and the 3 other monkeys and the roly-poly bird went after him. "Buckets and paintbrushes," cried Mugglewump. "That's what we want, buckets and paintbrushes. There are plenty in the work shed. Hurry up, everyone, get a bucket, get a paintbrush." Inside Mr. Twit's work shed there was an enormous barrel of hug-tight, sticky glue, the stuff he used for catching the birds. "Fill the buckets. We're going into the house." Mrs. Twit had hidden the key to the front door under the mat, and Mugglewump had seen her doing it, so it was easy for them to get inside the house. In they went, all 4 monkeys with their buckets of sticky glue. Then came the roly-poly bird, flying in after them, with a bucket in his beak and a brush in his claw. It was time to put the plan into action and to get their revenge on the terrible Twits. We'll see if they manage to do that tomorrow, and if Mugglewump's plan to turn the tables on the Twits actually works. Mugglewump seems like a very, very intelligent monkey with a very clear plan. Fingers crossed they succeed. Okay, I'm going to go and get warm because it's really rather cold still in here in school, so stay safe, stay warm, take care, and I'll see you at the same time tomorrow to see what happens to the terrible Twits. Take care. Bye-bye.